We are live. We are live. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome to another show this morning. We are live, guys. We are live. We are live. I don't know, man. My service these days, guys, is not the best. I don't know what's going on, but it is what it is. Good morning, guys. Welcome to another show. Morning thoughts, morning chat. And this morning we're going to speak about the PPP loans, man. People, man, oh man. And we thought that the FBI, IRS forgot about these things. Listen, they're making arrests. People think, that it was a setup. It was a setup, if you wasn't a legit business person to do business, but you want money, I tell people they started with like the millions, then worked their way down, hundred of thousand to the 10, 20,000. Now they're working their way down to the small, as they say, the small business people or people who took advantage of these loans. Listen, they're coming for you. Whoever took these loans and not legit, whoever took PPP loan during the pandemic, they better, I don't know if you get a lawyer, whatever. Listen, they decide, the FBI, that is their plan to go into the year 2025. They want to get the money back. People who took money illegally, fraud, scamming, scheming, people, FBI is not okay with that, guys. As the article read here, PPP and ERC fraud remain top priority for the IRS heading to 2025. So that is a topic this morning. So this is going back like in December, coming up into the new year, going to 2025. So early this year, the IRS revenue published a new news release. Taunted its effort to uncover and to prosecute pandemic era frauds. Since then, it had been issued numerous additional news release highlighting specific enforcement action involving the Paycheck Protection Program (PPP) and employment retention credit. As a result, it is clear that PP and ERC fraud remain top priority for the IRS headed into the year 2025. People, let me tell you something. A lot of people, a lot of business, took PPP loan. A lot of people took it personal people and thinking, they safe, spending the money. And now the IRS said, okay, a lot of people could not be trusted because some of these people, lie on the application and saying that the money, is for their business, it's not for their business. So the IRS is saying, enough is enough. This is the number one, away from what Trump doing. I am telling people, away from what Trump is doing. This is the number one priority for the IRS, FBI, to go out and arrest people who commit fraud. And it is what it is, guys. A lot of people not going to be happy. A lot of people going to get caught in jail. I think we had someone got caught up in, I think it was a pastor. I don't know, guys. Let me see if I could pull up that story because it's not good, guys. A lot of people think, it's that they getting away with it. Can't get away with it, guys. The government is not anyone to joke with. They don't play. They do not play, guys. The government do not play when it comes down to money. And especially with the Trump administration, where they're discovering a lot of money, a lot of fraud. Who knows? Most likely that's part of the problem, with with the last administration, they did a lot of things, and a lot of people got away with it. But Trump is tracing everything. Listen, there's paper trail for the money, people. There have to be a paper trail, and Trump administration said they found how many trillions of dollars fraud. People, when you start saying fraud in the government, that's not good. That is not good. So oh yeah, let me get into this story. There was a story. Guys, whoever don't log in, you have to catch the live later. Appreciate everyone who's coming on this morning to check out the live. But I know your guys will watch the live later. So the FBI arrests U.S. based Nigerian pastor for multi-million-dollar COVID-19 fraud. Link him to detain. God, man, this man is being detained because, and this is February 19, guys. So this is fresh off rated Dayspring Holding and Dayspring Transportation to secure millions of dollars in fraudulent loans. Nigerian pastor Edward um, Abaidom, I guess I can't pronounce his last name. It's Wasapia. I don't want to. I'm really mess up his name. I don't. It's an African name, and man, this man defrauded the U.S. government for $4.2 million in COVID release fund, and I'm sure a lot of that money did not go to the church; went directly into probably his personal pocket. Um, the pastor submitted forged document to obtain loans meant to support struggling business during the pandemic, which he then diverse for personal use. Oh my God! See, I didn't even have to say that. I didn't have to put that in there, and I know that is one of the problem. That is one of the issue. You know, personal use, violating U.S. federal law. You know, people with a Gazette reports. Wow, wow, guys, that's bad. You see what I'm saying? You see how it is, people. That's how it is when people want money, they do anything for money, and what is always the soul is always money. Money's always the one in the midst because that's what people want. They want the money to do whatever they want to do, and unfortunately, the government saying, yeah, we gave you money up front. We gave you the money up front, but listen, the way you guys obtained this money was through fraud and forging document and acting like the government not going to know if these papers legit or not. But what I mean, unfortunately, at that time when the government gave out the money, they, what I mean, I wouldn't say the manpower, but at the time a lot of place was locked down. So what I mean, they didn't really check thoroughly, paperwork, so they let it slide. But whole and below, couple months passed, and the government said, okay, we need to find out what's going on with these loans, what people are doing with these loans, what happened, what occurred, who's helping, who's getting the help that they need. And when they backtrack, when the government is backtracking, they coming up with pastors that defraud the USA government for $4.2 million during the COVID release fund. And this is a pastor from Africa. He had three businesses, and all three business guys received money from the government. They're saying also that a lot of people, forge and also during the pandemic, which then diverse for personal use. That means he received the money, and instead of this man pursue what he said he's going to use the money for, this man decided to take the $4.2 million, spend on his luxurious lifestyle, his family, or whatever it is, people, you know what I mean, and now he's caught up where this man probably going to go to jail and hit with a fine. You know what I mean? I doubt it if they recover the money, but these people will be dealt with. A lot of people also saw a video, man. This guy said on his feet was what do you call it? I don't know, one of them tracking device. You know what I mean? on his ankle bracelet. I'm like, you know what I mean? So that means the government, is serious. They're not joking, guys. They are not joking. They knew a lot of people defraud the system, and unfortunately, the government saying enough is enough. They going back backtrack and see who received these loans. Like I tell people, man, they starting with the millions of dollars first. It's like it's going to trickle down, guys. They're going to start with the millions and millions, trickle down to the hundred of thousand, trickle down to the thousand, then into the thousand, into the 20,000, 10,000. Listen, I don't care who you are. If you get one penny from one dime from the IRS PPP loan, they're gonna go back and check if you dot your I, you cross your T, whatever the business you saying you're gonna use the money for is legit. And if they find out, that money, you scam them and they do some people, they're coming for people and they're arresting people. And this arrest happened this year, people. It's this year that all of this going down, guys. People think, the IRS has continued to target all forms of pandemic era fraud. So that means my streaming is bad, guys. My streaming is bad this morning. And in September, a defendant was convicted of obtaining more than $11.2 million of fraudulent PPP loan and then laundered the loan process. He was convicted of multiple federal crimes and faced over 100 years of prison time. Y'all keep thinking it's okay. I know a lot of people in Staten Island are shaking their boots right now. A lot of business and a lot of people personal use that money for or defraud the government saying they're going to do this and receive $20,000, $50,000, $10,000, $1,000. They want to know what happened to the money, what happened to your business. Where is the money? Show me the proof. This going back in October, guys. So like I said, this the vibes that the IRS continue to trend into the year 2025 because they say that it's not this what the IRS is saying. It will still remain the top priority for the IRS heading into the year 2025. And so therefore they're saying that even though this happened 3-4 years ago, the IRS, they say they have the paper trail that they're gonna look at every one application. And if something look like you did something that you're not supposed to do, you're gonna hear that knock on your door and they're gonna serve you this paper and say, listen, you need to come with us because you need to answer some questions because and they're gonna have your whole application there in front of you. And so what's up with this?